Okay, so I am an artist working with multimedia, I would say, with movement and physical theatre at its core. Usually making live performance. I like to make work for outdoor settings and like non-conventional theatre spaces, focusing on themes that I feel matter and are important and are going to impact some sort of positive change on the world and society. That's what matters to me. And more recently, I've been working with film and sound and poetry as well. Oh, that feels loaded. Good question. I think about my daughter a lot. I think about a lot of the time. I would say it's really hard. I would say I feel a lot, if that makes sense. Like I worry a lot. So if I think about like my thoughts, it's more of feelings I have about, I guess, feelings of frustration about the kind of the structures in the world that that mean that poorer people get poorer and rich people get richer, and also lately how that same system and structure seems to be the way that the arts industry works as well, which I'm part of. And I feel as though that shouldn't be the way that the creative industry works, because I feel as though we should be setting an example for how we want the world to be. And that, I think about that a lot and how I can somehow try and change that. So I think about trying to change things a lot, I would say. And I often feel quite sad about a lot of the bad things that happen in the world and the way that we're destroying our planet and things like that. And I think about moving to a different country where maybe it's less like that. To me, I think it means your values and morals and the way that you see the world. My mindset is that I think that if we see the world in a certain way, we can see that it's beautiful as it is and gives us everything that we need without us wanting more. And I also think that if we can share more with people and work together and care about each other a bit more and our environment, then we can be happier and healthier, and we can look after the planet in the way that we should. Is that mindset? Feels like it. I think when I was a child, my thoughts were probably different just because I was living in a much smaller world. But actually, to an extent, I've always thought and felt that way. I've always felt the impact from kind of what's going on in the world and felt the sadness of others and got frustrated about basically I've always cared about other people and being like nice to each other. I guess the way that my thoughts have changed as I've got older is that I've realized I can do something about it. Thank you. And so, and especially after becoming a mother, I've lost patience, I think, in a good way, with allowing mistreatment to myself and others, and to the planet. And now I've kind of got, I think that I can actually contribute to making positive change, and so that's what I try to do. I think often other people's mindset is a little bit more closed and self-centered. Obviously not everybody, but I would say generally, if it was like an overarching mindset, I feel like we focus on the wrong things that ultimately aren't going to serve us well. Value means appreciation for what you have, and appreciation for what others give to you. And I don't mean things, I mean like time and energy and care. And not throwing away, not seeing things as being disposable. And again, not just things, but, you know, people and feelings and everything that exists in your world. I feel like I've already said. I think my values are to just that if, you know, is sharing and collaboration is the way forwards. I think working together, coming together, and not creating divides between people and between, you know, and I guess being connected to yourself, being connected to the planet, the earth, being connected to other people, human connections and connections to nature. I value a lot, you know what, probably the thing that I value the most is love. That's the one thing that I really value and appreciate having had my whole life. I spend my time with my family and looking after my daughter a lot, and trying to be with my partner when I can be. And then anytime I'm not doing that, I spend writing applications, writing creatively, filming things, taking photos, dancing, singing, making music, bringing together creative ideas and dreaming up ambitious ideas of things that I want to make. feel like in this country in particular, society values status and success in terms of how much money you're making, and kind of business, thriving businesses that are producing and selling and then able to consume more. That's what it feels like to me. I think enough is to have a warm place to sleep, food to eat, people that you love, and creative expression and nature. Well-being and health, I think, to me, is having a way to having an outlet to express your emotions and thoughts, and being able to, by doing that, being able to find some sort of balance within yourself that makes you feel secure and stable within yourself, so not feeling as though you have to reach out for something outwards to help you achieve that. Well, I try to eat healthily, lots of vegetables and vitamins, and be regularly active, doing yoga, dancing, walking, being outside is one big thing for me personally that helps to keep me feeling well, and breathing, just taking the time to sort of stop and breathe, and also kind of just feel like the energy from nature. I think it's when you are able, when you can build from something that feels like it might be a experience, something that felt like it kind of knocked you down, or, you know, had some sort of impact, some gut-wrenching kind of impact, that then you're able to look at that as an opportunity, rather than a kind of failure, and be able to build something new from that experience and learn from it, and then gain strength from that, yes. I think from myself, that's all. Myself, and knowing that I'm okay, and also kind of reminding myself that to make the most of life. I'm probably from my upbringing. I've had quite a stable upbringing, again, full of, I've always been loved, so I think that gives me strength. How much time have you got? Oh, There's a few times. I guess the overall kind of word for it would be grief, but not just in the loss of somebody, like somebody dying, but the grief of long-term relationship ending, being in financial difficulties. Yeah, it's a hard one. There's a few moments, basically relationships that ended, and losing certain people in my life. Yeah, I think they're connected, because I think that your values and your general kind of health and well-being can help you to be they help affect your mindset, which will then help you to look at the world and your experiences differently. The things that happen to you in life, you can look at them from a different angle, which will help you to be more resilient and therefore build strength. And health and well-being, looking after that, helps you to maintain that healthy mindset, I suppose. I would say I don't see it very often. There are certain communities, certain people that I would say I'm part of where, yeah, I think so. But in terms of like broader community, I think when I look at like family and even some of the people that I maybe see regularly where I live, maybe not so much. I feel like generally people put too much importance or spend too much energy on media and and TV and I don't know what I'm trying to say, sort of disconnecting from actually what's real. And I think that has a big influence as quite a negative influence on their mindset. And I think a lot of people who, I think it's quite rare to find somebody else with a similar mindset to me in terms of what's important to them. But I think maybe it's just because people are told what's important to them and told what they should value and what life is about, and not enough people question that and detach from that and sort of make up their own minds. I don't know if that's if that's valid or not, but